So you have valuable skills, but how do you actually turn them into a product and make income from them? Should you create an ebook, a course, a membership, coaching services? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to package and sell the things that you are skilled at or passionate about, and which one might be the best for you and make you the most amount of money this year. So when you're selling your expertise, you typically have something that you are really knowledgeable in or you're passionate about, usually a skill that someone else wants to learn from. So if you're trying to figure out what that skill is or what that passion is, make sure you watch my last video because I broke it down there. Then you're in the position to actually turn your expertise and your passions into a product. My first disclaimer is you do not need a huge audience to sell something and to create the right offer, but different things that you create, whether it's an ebook, a coaching service, a membership, different things serve well for different purposes. So I'm going to talk about 5 different products today, and I want you to listen to think of, okay, which one best applies to me, my skill set, my audience size, and the income that I want to make as well. In the end, I will share the combination that I first did when I hit my first 6 figures of income in my business and which products I did at what price point. The first one is an ebook or a digital guide. So this is usually a PDF file, whether you make it in Google Docs or on Canva, where you are teaching something step by step, instructions in an easy to digest format. An ebook is typically good for beginners. So if your audience is in the beginning stage, or if you are in the beginning stage of your expertise. So when I first came on YouTube and was teaching something, I was teaching how I did my online boutique. And because I was still learning how to grow and scale it, my expertise was pretty much kept at how to get started. And so because I could teach how to get started in a step-by-step, easy to digest format that it pretty much is the same for anybody who wants to get started, it made sense for me to put that within an ebook or a digital PDF, a digital guide. The potential income that you can make from an ebook, I would say, is around $15 to $50. You can obviously sell it for less or even much more. My very first ebook, I sold it for $49, but depending on what you are teaching, you can charge more. I've had ebooks that I've sold for $150, depending on how in-depth it was. The second way that you can sell your expertise is with an online course. So when I say an online course, I mean like a video course. So for example, just a couple weeks ago, I made an SEO video course for YouTubers on how to put the proper titles and thumbnails on your videos to get seen more and to get monetized. So that's a video course. And typically a course is going to be more in depth than an ebook. So if it's something that you want to walk them through a process, and it's probably going to be good for them to see you do that process. Like my SEO course, I need to show them how to read the analytics. I want to show them how to search for the right titles and thumbnails. And so because it's a little bit more descriptive than just a step 1, 2, 3, this is going to be in a video course. And so if you want to think about it like how you can scale over time, maybe you start with your ebook, and then as people start to ask you questions, you can turn that ebook into a course. Potential income for a video course, because you're putting more effort into it, they're getting more from it. Typically those range from anywhere between $100 and $1,000. My very first course was the School of Boutique Bosses, and I taught that class in different formats, but when I taught it in a way that was just a self-guided, self-paced course, I believe I sold it for about $495. However, my SEO course is $147. So you can determine based on how in-depth it is, what they'll get out of it. If you're teaching them a skill where they can make money on the back end from it, think about that as well when you're considering the cost. One of the things to point out about a course is because you can charge more, and because it's also more in depth, you're going to want to be more strategic with your positioning. So what I mean by that is when I created my SEO course, I didn't just put the videos together and say, hey, y'all, I have an SEO course. I took the time, more time than I would for an ebook, to actually build out a landing page. And so this landing page is telling them about like what you're going to get from this. As a result, on the end, you should be able to do blank because of this. The third way that you can sell your expertise is with coaching, whether you do one-on-one coaching or group coaching. When you think about if you should do coaching, you want to ask yourself, does the thing that you're teaching somebody or the thing that you're sharing with them, does it require personalization? Do you think that they're going to need feedback or further instruction or more in-depth help in order to get to the end result? So an example of a coaching program is like my 6 weeks expert brand accelerator. It's something that I need to walk them through the process. They need help discovering their who. They need help creating their product. So it's going to require back and forth. This is extremely in-depth, much more in-depth than a video course or an ebook. Coaching is really good for accountability. So if you're doing something dealing with weight loss, yeah, you can sell a meal guide, but maybe you realize that people don't really stick with the meal guide. They need hands-on help week after week. They need accountability to transform and get that end result. You can set your prices, but I think what's reasonable, a good average is around $500 a session or up to $5,000 per client per month, depending on how you do your coaching. So I've had coaching range from $2,500 to $3,000, depending on what it is. So I've had coaching programs and the set amount for the entire program was like, let's say $2,500. Whereas I've had monthly coaching one-on-one where for one client for 1 month, it's about $3,000. The pricing can vary, but when it comes to one-on-one coaching, I like to make sure everybody understands that people are getting your one-on-one time. It's taking time out of you being able to do anything else. The scalability of coaching is lower versus like a self-paced ebook or a self-paced video course. And so because it's taking a lot out of your time, that's why number one, you charge a higher price. But then also you need to think about if the goal is to have an extreme amount of income, but you are limited in your time with coaching, that's when you may consider doing a combination. Maybe you do coaching and something else. At the end, I'll share with you like some of the combinations I've done over the years. The fourth way to turn your skills or expertise into income is through something like a membership or a community. A membership or a community is good for ongoing support and also ongoing and reoccurring revenue. If your expertise or your passion or whatever you want to share requires frequent updates, then a membership may be good for you. If it requires accountability and it's not too in-depth of something to teach, then a membership may be good for you. So a good example of this is maybe like you're a personal finance coach and you're helping people save and budget over the course of a year. If that's the case, then they may not need heavy teaching in one-on-one. This may be a place where you can just have a membership where you pop in once a month, have a masterclass on a specific topic, maybe give them templates and accountability and just a community and space to keep each other accountable. Memberships typically range between the price of $20 to maybe $100 per month per person. Memberships can be seen as a way to scale easily because you can have like 20,000 people and charge them $20 a month. And so you're now making that 20,000 times 20 every single month. But my biggest thing to say to consider is that if you're going to create a membership, you want to make sure that you're able to consistently deliver on the thing that you've promised. So memberships can be extremely hard because it sounds fun for the first 3 to 4 months, but now you're on month 10 and you have to continue to show up in that capacity to keep it going, to keep people engaged, and to keep people joining as well in order to increase your income, because usually it's a lower price point. So to retain and maintain your membership, you have to continue to show up alongside of delivering inside of the membership. The fifth way to turn your expertise into income is by creating templates or done for you resources. So this is ideal if your audience doesn't really want to learn. They don't really want to be educated. They just want the solution. But I've done templates before where I have like my plug and play email marketing templates. And so with these templates, people can take my emails that have worked well for selling in my business and they can add in their information and use those same email sequences to sell products in their business. And so that's something that I sell on my website for, I believe, $79. And so this is good because the person who's buying it they don't really want to learn how to create their own email. They want to know what works and they want to plug in their information and use it and also see those same results. Templates can go anywhere from $25 even up to $250 depending on what it is that you're helping somebody with. The main thing though, in order to successfully sell a template, is that you are going to have to show up on the front end and show somebody why they should trust you enough to buy your template. So in order for me to sell my email marketing template, I had to show up and talk about email marketing. I had to talk about my success with email marketing and what email marketing has allowed me to do in my business. So because I was able to build that trust about email marketing, it allowed me to then sell my email marketing template. So the main thing I can say for all these different methods is to not overthink it. A lot of people will sit here and say like, okay, I heard all these great things. What do I begin with? I'm going to do one of everything. The main thing is to choose one and start from there. You can always add more over time. So I told you guys before, I would tell you the combination that I've used to see success in my business. And so when I first started my business, I did an ebook where I taught boutique owners how to get started. From there, when I saw that there was even more interest in learning about the steps of starting, they wanted me to help them walk them through the steps. I then had a workshop that I charged, I believe about $100 for people to come and learn how to start their online boutique and how to do it successfully in 30 days. So I turned that $50 ebook into a $100 workshop. From there, I sold the replay of that workshop as now a video course. I sold it for many years on my website for about $250. But then people wanted me to work with them step by step through the process. So I turned that workshop replay into group coaching for around $1,000. And so in that, for 8 weeks, I will work with them to help them actually grow their online boutique. And then from there, I got to one-on-one coaching or one-on-one consulting, depending on what the client needed. Sometimes I just coached them through the process one-on-one. Sometimes I built the business for them from scratch. So that could go all the way up to $3,000+ per month. And so I started with one thing, and as the need presented itself, and as I just wanted to scale my income, I then moved on to the next thing. But just start with one. Based on what I shared, what is your expertise, and also what are you trying to help somebody accomplish? Which of these formats would be the best to do that successfully? Can you do it step by step in an ebook? Will it require you to walk them through it in a video course? Maybe they're going to have a lot of questions, so maybe you need to do coaching. Maybe it's going to be just something you want to share your passions about cooking and maybe some recipes here and there in a monthly membership. These are all the different ways that you're able to turn your skills and your expertise into income. I want you to choose one that you will start with. And if you need help figuring out which one to start with, or if you need help building it out and selling it effectively, then of course check out the links down below. But also stay tuned for my next videos. If you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.